The way that information is organized in the Analyst is by using a tool called an information center. What we're seeing on screen here is a list of the various information centers I have available to me. One of these is an information center called First Quarter. It's an executive information system talking about the performance of a mythical company. Let's open that up and take a look at what's inside. What I'm opening now is the top-level folder of this information center. One of the things that you'll find in this executive summary is another way to find information in the Analyst. If we go down towards the bottom of this window, we'll see a system of buttons. These buttons are links off to other items in the information center. This window, yet another document, has a whole series of things inside of it. For instance, we have a couple of buttons leading off to yet more interesting information that's related to it. We also have a summary of sales. Here, 295 million. Down at the bottom, we have a database tool that allows us to immediately query the main database to find out if those figures are still valid. If we come up to the top left corner of this, we'll find an icon that looks like an arrow. If we press the button down over that, what we see is a list of all of the items in this information center that are somehow related to what we're looking at. If we want to find out more about one of these, we can pull off to the side, for instance on the keyword sales, and find all of the things that have that keyword. So instead of following just one link, we've been able to follow two. Another way to find information in an Analyst information center is to graphically display the relationship between various pieces of information. So for instance, we're drawing a structure tree of marketing information. Here we're looking at a mythical automobile, the PX1, and looking at the various features that are related to it. The Analyst doesn't force the user to actually make all of the links he may be interested in by hand. Instead, a tool called the Assistant allows you to create rules that will automatically make links based on the links that are already there. This Assistant rule lets us automatically determine those. The first one, for instance, will tell us what markets we have competition in. And you can see it operating down at the bottom of this window. If we go back and look now, we'll see that we have competition in several different markets: family, farm, singles, and racing markets. If we're interested in looking at one of these, we can in fact go and point at them and get right back into the information center to get any related information that goes along with that spot on the map. So here we found a folder about Los Angeles and also the sales by office database, which allowed us to produce the display in the first place. Let's look at an example of the charts combined with yet another Analyst tool, the Forms package. This is a form that has a number of things in it. It has a standard chart, but it also has ways to check which area of the country we're interested in seeing statistics for, and also which kind of chart we'd like to see. I've asked for a pie chart of all of the cities in the northwestern region to see what their sales look like. It's now going out to this original database, constructing the data for me, and putting it all together. The last kind of tool that we have available is an expert system tool. It allows us to make intelligent decisions based on sketchy or incomplete data. This one, for instance, is an example of an expert system that, with very simple information, can determine which kind of rock happens to be a given area. Imagine for a mining application, for instance. By filling in this information and then asking to find out what kind of rock we're looking at, the system will grab any information it can from the form, then ask any final questions it needs to of the user before giving an answer. The answer itself says that there's suggestive evidence, about 0.7, that the rock is a sandstone. All of these tools together give a user a powerful array of abilities. An ability to deal with geographical information, to deal with spreadsheet information, charts, to produce forms that automatically do calculations for him, and to deal with databases. Once you've actually organized your information and analyzed it to draw conclusions, the next step is to communicate those conclusions to people around you. And the Analyst provides tools for doing this as well. The document system has a number of features which are very similar to other standard text editors, and then contains a number of other features more interesting because of their power. To do that, Analyst provides a what you see is what you get display mode. In this case, this has been set up to be a two-column document instead of just a single column. As we can see, it lays it out just the way you'd expect. So we can see that the Analyst supports all phases of the operation: organizing data, analyzing data, and finally formatting reports. It has a wide array of tools to handle a wide variety of different kinds of data, whether they be images, databases, charts, spreadsheets, relationship information, or text.